Hey there, I'm Reyna and welcome to a Vinyasa style class. I recommend having a couple blocks handy for this one because we're going to be working through something called the warrior sequence, and it comes from the awakening system of yoga, which is something that I practice and I'm certified in, and I love it. I love the warrior positions. I love this sequence because it really is empowering. It finds us in the center of our circumstance. And so I think this is a really empowering, a really balancing practice, and I hope you enjoy it. So when you're ready, I'm gonna grab my blocks and slide them under my butt because we're gonna be in this shape for a little bit. So if you can sit comfortably on your shins in Virasana or Vajrasana, feel free to, but I'm gonna use some blocks. So I take them long ways, so they go in between my feet. Knees come together for me. And then I sit back on my little throne, and it takes a lot of the weight off of my shins and my feet. Hands come to your lap. Allow the eyes to close. Maybe find a soft gaze. And begin to arrive. Arriving to your mat. Arriving to your practice time. And regardless of where you are or what your external environment is, I want you to start to create your container. So just visualizing kind of like a bubble around you. It's like an energetic bubble. It's your practice, it's your focus, your discipline, your time. Becoming aware of your body, and giving yourself permission to own your practice, to feel empowered to do what you need or want to do to feel embodied today. It's your time. It's your practice, and I want you to honor that. And becoming aware of your breath. And with your next exhale, clear the body out. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale halfway through your nose, other half through the nose. Fill up, inhale. Exhale half. Exhale the other half. Inhale. Exhale half. Exhale half. Inhale. Exhale half. Exhale the other half. Good. Inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale half. Inhale to full. Exhale completely. Inhale halfway. Inhale to fill up. Exhale completely. Inhale half. Inhale to full. Exhale completely. Inhale halfway. Fill up. Exhale completely. One long breath in. One long breath out. Let's put that together. Inhale half. Fill up. Exhale half. Empty. Inhale half. Fill all the way up. Exhale half. Exhale completely. Inhale half. Other way. Exhale half. Go to empty. Last one. Inhale half. Fill up. Exhale half. Completely empty. Big breath in. Exhale through the nose. Slowly blink the eyes open. Refocusing your gaze. Good. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Good. Inhale, pull the hands towards the earth, lift the chest, holding here for 3, for 2, pull the hands over to the right hip, settle them in, squeeze the right elbow towards the spine, and then drop right ear towards right shoulder. You can play with the angle of your chin, finding a stretch in the neck, the outside of the left shoulder. Good, come to center. Hands come to center, and then switch sides. So find that little holster in the left hip, squeeze the left elbow in, and drop left ear towards left shoulder. Play with the angle of your chin, find your sweet spot, or just keep moving it. It's really up to you. Good. Come to center. Reach the hands towards the earth one more time. Find that little gentle back bend, chest opener for 3, for 2. Release the fingers. Give the wrists a little shake. And then if you're on blocks, you can slide them out from under you. And put them on the sides at the front of your mat and come into tabletop. Good, and in your tabletop, just extend one leg, bend it back and forth a little. We've been kind of bent knee for a while, so push the toes into the ground, rock backwards and forwards. Good, and then switch your legs. Whichever one wasn't extended, extend that one, and just shaking it out, changing the shape. Good. And come back into tabletop. Set yourself up formally, so hands about shoulders distance, knees about hips. Inhale, find cow pose. Exhale, round to cat. Good. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Take a few more rounds on your own. Really gripping the earth, drawing energy up. Good, coming back to center. Tuck your toes under. Sit the hips back, find toes pose, walk the hands in. And you can come in and out of this. If it's really intense for you, you can untuck the toes, retuck them. And if it's not feeling super intense, press the big toe into the earth, move the heels inward towards each other. Good. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms wide, open the chest. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms wide. Good. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms wide. Good. Inhale, arms out in front of you. Make fists. Rev the motorcycle. Circles. Just warming up the wrists a little bit. Flip the hands towards you. Punch yourself. Kindly. Give the wrists a little shake. Good. Come back to tabletop. Untuck the toes and gently tap them out on the earth. Good. Beautiful. So you may want your blocks for this, especially if you'd like to get a little height. Sit the hips back onto untucked toes. Bring the hands, turn them out slightly, and place them on the mat. So you have like kind of a rainbow shape. Good. And we're going to come into something called a flying integration. So what you're going to do is you're going to start to press the earth away, round the upper back. So the upper back is nice and round. Really press, and you can stay right here if you're really feeling the engagement already, or if you'd like, point your toes, keep rounding the back, and then start to hug your knees towards your chest, keeping your butt low. Breathing here for 3, for 2, lower down, come off the wrists, give a little shake. We'll do one more of those. So hands come back down. I'll show you this round on blocks. Same shape, just on blocks. Good. Round the upper back. When you're ready, inhale, rise up. You see you just get a little more height. Breathing here for 3, for 2, lower down. Good. Give the wrists a little shake. Hands to the earth, tuck the toes, come up into downward facing dog. And take about 5 rounds of breath here, just moving around, pedaling things out. However feels good, however feels natural for you. Good. On an inhale, roll forward, find plank. Exhale, bend the knees, press back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, down dog. Good. One more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale, forward. Maybe drop the knees. Lower yourself all the way to the ground. And you can keep a nice strong back as you lower. I have a bad elbow, and so I lower my hips first. Good. Hands come out. 10 and 2 on the clock. Fingertips press into the ground. On an inhale, lift the chest up. Find a wide cobra. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, come up. Wide cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up, wide cobra. Exhale, lower. Slide the hands back in. Tuck the toes. Press up into plank or into tabletop. And then back into down dog. Look between the hands. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, left foot to the outside of the left hand. This is an active squat position. So our feet are nice and wide. Inhale, reach the arms out in front of you, chest is high. Press the palms together. Exhale, slide the hands to heart center. Stay in your squat. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a round of breath here. So we're gonna move through kind of like a modified or a different version of a sun A. We'll go through it slow at first, and then we'll pick up the pace, warm ourselves up, and build a little heat. And we're gonna be working in this active squat position through all of the sun A's, okay? So inhale, arms overhead, press the palms. Exhale, sit down, active squat, hands at heart center. Good. Inhale, hands to the earth. Exhale, step the left foot back, right foot back. Drop the knees. Lower all the way to the ground. Good. Inhale, lift the chest up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up into tabletop or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 5 rounds of breath here. Look between the hands. Step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, right foot outside of the right hand. Inhale, arms out in front of you, active squat. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead, straighten the legs. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a round of breath. So that was our Sun A for this class. Good, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sit down, active squat. Inhale, hands to the earth. Exhale, right foot back, left foot back, lower down. And on an inhale, rise up, cobra pose. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up, plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath. Look between the hands, step the right foot outside the right hand. Left foot comes up. On an inhale, reach the arms out in front of you. Active squat. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead, straighten the legs. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a round of breath. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, active squat. Inhale, hands to the earth. Exhale, left foot back, right foot back, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath. Look between the hands, left foot up, right foot up. On an inhale, arms out in front of you. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a round of breath. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sit down, active squat. Inhale, hands to the earth. Exhale, right foot and left foot step back, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. 5 rounds of breath. Look between the hands, step the right foot up, left foot up. Inhale, arms out in front of you, active squat. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the arms down by the side. Take a round of breath, or 2. Cool, so we're going to get into our sequence now. And we'll start first by taking it slow. We'll build it up and we'll run through it a few times to build familiarity, to build comfortability, and just to see what it feels like at different tempos and different speeds. Cool, so you can walk the feet in just slightly, but we're still gonna keep them nice and wide. Have your blocks nearby, especially if stepping your foot up to the top of the mat is challenging for you, like it is for me, okay? So inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Good, hands to your blocks, maybe to the earth, but I really like the blocks here for this forward fold. We'll take a few rounds of breath here. Good. Bend the knees enough to plant the hands to the ground or to your blocks. Step back, right into downward facing dog. Cool.
Cool, so I'm keeping my hands on my blocks just for a moment because we're about to step up. Cool, so using the blocks gives you a little more height. And I want you to step your foot towards your right thumb or to the outside of your hand when we step up. So start to bend the knees, round the back like you're coming into cat pose, and then start to pull the right knee towards the right elbow and step it just to the outside of the right hand because you can always move it. Good, spin the back foot. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Good, and we're gonna take about 5 breaths in this warrior two, so give yourself time to settle in, wiggle around a bit, extend the arms long, find space between your shoulders and your earlobes. Good. Back leg is nice and strong, pressing the pinky edge into the earth. And you can go as deeply into the bend of your front knee as you'd like. Just ensure that your knee isn't collapsing inward. You have a gentle external rotation. Breathing here for 3, for 2. Good. Slowly, left hand comes to the earth or to your block. Pivot on to the left toes. Drop your knee, just this time if you'd like. Good. Untuck the toes. And then start to swing the right foot around for a side plank. Right toes can stay on the ground or they can come up. Right arm reaches high. And we'll take that transition again. So if you're like, what just happened? You can rewind. We will do it on the other side. We'll do it a few more times during class. Breathing here for 3. Really press the left fingers into the earth. Externally rotate the left shoulder. Good, then slow as possible. Start to crunch the right knee towards your head. Slowly placing the right foot back to its spot. Tuck the left toes, lift the knee, open back up into warrior two. Good. Reach the right arm forward, and then bring the right forearm to the right thigh, or down to the earth or a block. Left arm comes high, side angle. So our legs stay the same as they were in warrior two. We just have a nice line here connecting our right fingertips to our left fingertips, really pressing the earth away and not collapsing down into ourselves. That's why the forearm is a great option. It gives you space. For 3, for 2. On an inhale, rise up. Straighten the front leg. You may want to slightly shorten the stance. Start to send the hips back as you reach the right arm forward. Eventually dropping right hand to the earth for triangle pose. Hand can come to a block. It can come to your shin. Good. And again, you're lifting, you're pushing. You're finding space in both sides of your body. And again, the legs, even though the front leg is straight, it's still doing the same thing. So we have a gentle external rotation in the right thigh, the right hip. Anchoring into the right big toe. Breathing here for 3. For 2. Good. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, cartwheel hands to the earth or to your blocks. And step back into down dog. On an inhale, roll forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up into cobra or baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up into plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Second side. Bend the knees. Round the back. Start to pull your left knee towards your left elbow, and then place it just outside your left hand or where your left thumb is. Spin the back foot. Inhale, lift the arms out and open, finding warrior two. And again, adjust yourself, adjust your stance. Mine's a little wider, so I have a bit of a heel to heel alignment here. Just give space for my hips. Taking about 5 rounds of breath here. Feeling substantial in your legs, rooted on both sides. But again, like I said, in the center of your circumstance here. Holding yourself up, feeling curious in the front and informed in the back. Good, now we're coming back to that little side plank transition. So right hand comes to the earth, pivot on the right toes, and drop the knee. Left foot swings around, maybe lifts up. Left arm opens up, side plank. Press into the right thumb, right index finger, then externally rotate the right shoulder. So open it up. Good. And then slowly start to crunch the left knee back towards the head, placing the left foot at the top of the mat where it was. Tuck the right toes, lift the knee, open back up into warrior two. Good. Start to reach the left hand forward. Forearm comes to thigh, or you find a good place to press in, block of the ground. Open the right arm up, find side angle. Good, on an inhale, rise up, straighten the front leg, maybe shorten your stance slightly. Start to send the hips back, reach the left arm forward, and then drop it down. Find triangle pose, Trikonasana, 3 angles. Never being afraid to support yourself with blocks, with a higher stance or a lower one. Being actively engaged from fingertip to fingertip. For 3, for 2. Good, inhale to rise up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the earth or to blocks. And step back, downward facing dog. On an inhale, roll forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, find cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale to press up, plank or tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Breathing here for 5 rounds of breath. Look between the hands. Step the right foot up to the outside of the right hand. Left foot comes up. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Maybe press the palms together at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a few rounds of breath here. Adjusting yourself, because we'll move through that once again. And sometimes the breath is for me, because I need it. So I appreciate you being patient with me.
take that a little bit faster this time. Always reminding ourselves, you can find whatever pace works for you. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees enough to plant the hands to the ground or blocks and step right back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend the knees, round the back, and on an inhale, step the right foot up, spin the back foot, open the arms out, find warrior two. And see if you can find a little bit of stillness this time if you didn't last time. Pulling up in the lower belly. Reminding yourself, it's only temporary. Left hand reaches towards the earth. You can drop the left knee if you'd like, or you can try to keep it up this time for your side plank. Swing the right foot around. Flexing the feet, press the left hip towards the sky, open the arm out for 3, for 2. Good, slow as you can, step the right foot back to the top of the mat. On an inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, side angle, right forearm to thigh, left arm reaches high, or right hand to the earth. Good, inhale to rise up, straighten the leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the earth or blocks and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, lower down. Good, inhale, rise up, find cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank or tabletop. Exhale, down dog. On an inhale, step the left foot up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, sweep the arms out, find warrior two. Taking a few rounds of breath here. Right hand reaches towards the earth. Either stay off the knee or come onto it. And give yourself space to know your sides are different. Reach the left arm high. Find your side plank. If both feet are upright, flex the feet. Press the hips towards the sky. Press the right hand into the earth. And just think light. Good. Pull the left knee towards the head. Step the left foot back to a spot. On an inhale, open up, warrior two. Exhale, side angle, left forearm to thigh. Or hand down, right arm reaches high. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, straighten the leg, find triangle pose. Good, inhale, rise up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the earth or to blocks. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tabletop or plank. Exhale, down dog. Take 5 rounds of breath. Look between the hands. Start to pull the right knee towards the right elbow, right ankle towards the left wrist. Slowly lower yourself down onto your right shin. Good. And then take a moment here. Tuck your left toes.
Lift your left knee. Use your hands to push yourself back in space. Maybe use blocks, lift the chest up, and you're in pigeon. I like to have blocks under my hands here because it gives me height. It allows me to sit up tall and again, be in the center of my circumstance. Be able to see all around me, out in front of me, look back. Because if I'm down here, my perspective is terribly limited. So taking a few rounds of breath here. And if pigeon pose isn't your thing or it's not working today, you can find a deer pose. Really trying to find a 90-degree angle in the front leg. Okay, breathing here for 3. For 2. Good. Walk the hands forward and let your pigeon sleep. You can rest your forehead on your stacked fists, your blocks. You can let it hang, but I like to give it something to relax onto. And take about 5 rounds of breath here. Good. And slowly coming up. Press the hands to the earth. Tuck your back toes. Lift the knee. And then press yourself back into downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Wiggle the hips. Start to pull your left knee towards your left elbow, left wrist, or left ankle towards right wrist. Lower yourself onto your shin, so you're really on the top of your shin. Good, and then tuck your toes in the back, right toes. Lift the right knee. Use your hands to push your hips back. Untuck the toes. Then use your blocks to lift yourself up. And your sides may be very different. My left side is more limited than my right side. And that's okay. We're looking to mirror sensations. So try to feel as close as you can to the same thing from side to side. And release the expectation that they're going to look the same, because they're probably not. So taking a few rounds of breath here. Sitting as tall as you can. And slowly letting your pigeon sleep, walking the hands forward, and relaxing the head down. Slowly coming up. Pressing the hands to the earth. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, lift the hips, and press yourself back into downward facing dog. Look between the hands, walk or step up into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Press the palms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a round of breath. Inhale, arms go overhead, press the palms. Exhale, hands to heart center, sit down into your active squat. Inhale, hands to the earth. Exhale, right foot steps back, left foot steps back, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank or tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Look between the hands. Step the right foot up, left foot up. Inhale, arms out in front of you. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a round of breath. We'll do one more round. Now that we're nice and warm, just to see how we feel. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sit down, active squat. Inhale, hands to the earth. Exhale, left foot back, right foot back, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank or tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Take a round of breath. Look between the hands, step the left foot up, right foot up. Inhale, arms out in front of you, active squat. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back to the end of the mat. Lower the left knee to the earth. Look out in front of you. Maybe bring blocks under the hands. Start to sit the hips back. Pull the left, right toes off the earth. Find half splits. Ardha Hanumanasana. We'll take a few rounds of breath here. And with your half splits, I want you to really think about less about your hamstrings and more about your fold. So having a little bend in your knee and trying to keep the back in a cow shape. So having a little arch in the back and then hinging, finding this crease at your hips. It's not about getting your legs straight. This is a folding shape. Good. Rebend the right leg. And you can use your blocks, or you can just bring your hands to the ground. I find that a little easier here. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and then start to walk your hands towards the center. Pivot around onto your left heel. And I'm high on my right toes, because that's what's available to me. And this is called Skandasana. Blocks will make this a little bit more available. So you can definitely do the pivot with blocks. Good. Breathing here for 3. For 2. Cool. Bring your blocks with you. Start to bend into the left leg. Shift yourself over to the opposite side. Don't come down yet, though. Turn your body so you're facing the back of your mat. Walk the foot out of it, and then drop your right knee. Good. Take a moment, set yourself up. And then straighten the front leg, pull the left toes off the earth. And we'll find our half split on this side. And again, find your fold. Keep the spine long, collarbones lead. Good, walk yourself forward, bend the left leg. And then again, you can use the blocks, you can use your hands. Lift the back knee. Start to walk the hands towards the center, and then pivot around. And I like that transition because we go from half splits, which is Ardha Hanumanasana, the monkey, God, Hanuman. And we do this kind of like monkey-esque transition. And I just feel like it's a really nice manifestation, a physical manifestation of that essence. Good. Breathing here, pulling the right toes towards the body. Good. And again, using your blocks, coming through center. This time staying in the center, putting your blocks out in front of you, straighten the legs, lifting your hips up, and finding a wide leg fold here. And just depending on the space you have, you can really kind of find ways to support yourself with your blocks in your wide leg fold. Keep your spine in a bit of a back bend. I have my elbows pressing into my blocks here. I can lift my chest up like a halfway lift, or I can relax the chest towards the earth, but my spine still stays long. And so if you're someone whose spine is kind of rounded here, really bend your knees, walk your blocks out in front of you. You're kind of forcing your spine to get flatter. Good. Breathing here for 3. For 2. Good. Walk the feet in until you're in a more of a narrow leg fold. And then slowly come up onto your toes, using the hands on your blocks. Start to bend your knees. You can't see my toes, I'm just going to move it out. Bend your knees. Good. Hands slowly come to the earth. And then lower yourself to your knees. And sit back onto your shins. Good. Hands can come to your thighs. Beautiful. I like to bring my block out to the side for this one. So put your blocks on the side if you like. Right hand presses into the earth or to your block. Reach the left arm overhead. Just a real simple little side bend here. Switching sides, left hand presses to the block, right arm reaches overhead. Come back to center, grab your blocks, bring them behind you, and start to lean yourself back. And a lot of people will start to feel this pretty immediately, and so you don't need to go very far. You might be someone who can like lower themselves down, like onto their elbows, but it's definitely not necessary. So just finding some space in the front of the body and the hip flexors. Breathing here for 3. For 2. Good. Slowly coming up. And then sit yourself to any side and come on to your bottom. Good. Soles of the feet come together. Kind of funny little angle here, but that's okay. Soles of your feet come together. Take them a little bit wider so we don't have as small as a diamond in our lap here. This is Tarasana. Hands come around the ankles and fold forward, letting the spine round, reaching the crown of your head towards the arches. You can even take a block, put it on your feet, and then rest your head right on the block. Good. Coming up. You can move your props to the side. Extend the legs out in front of you. If you're longer than your mat, turn back the other way. Keep your knees bent, but lay down onto your back. Okay, so we'll come into a few back bends here, starting with wheel, or starting with bridge pose. And ending with wheel if you choose. You can do bridge pose the whole time. You can do a supported bridge, beautiful option. But I'm just going to give a couple versions and options here so you can choose. Beautiful. So
starting with our first bridge pose. Take a block, put it in between your thighs, like the narrow way. Slide it in between the thighs and give a little squeeze. Good. Feet are about hips distance, so we don't want them at the edges of our mat. We want them pretty even. Take your arms and press your triceps into the ground. Really press them down. And then keep your hips heavy and start to lift your chest. Lift your shoulder blades off the earth, starting our back bend right here. Good, so this is really engaged for me. I'm pressing the tops of my shoulders down, I'm pressing my triceps into the earth. I'm squeezing the shit out of this block. Pull your belly in, and on an inhale, press the hips towards the sky. I'm just gonna hold this right here for 5 rounds of breath. I have little robot arms going on. That's totally fine. Lower down. Good. And feel free to keep the block if you'd like, especially if you're someone who would feel like your knees just kind of like flap open in bridge pose. But I'm going to remove mine for this round. And so again, stay with whatever version. You can stay with that first version. You can be supported this whole time. Yeah. So press the triceps down, lift the chest. This is how I like to start. Engage the legs. And press the hips towards the sky. Good. Now from here, lean to your right. Walk your left shoulder and arm under the body. Lay left. Walk the right arm and shoulder under. And then if you want, you can press the hands to the ground, or maybe you have the availability to interlace your hands under your body. I don't, so I can't show you that. But if you can do it, you will know if you can reach. Good. Breathing here. Neck is neutral, so chin isn't jammed into the chest. It's not up towards the sky. Lower down. Good. Hug the knees to the chest for a moment. Give yourself a little squeeze. Beautiful. So stay with one of those bridge versions, or if you'd like, you can explore wheel with me.
So when coming into wheel, the legs really stay the same. You press the hips up, bring the hands just above the shoulders, fingers facing the feet. Press yourself towards the crown of your head, and then press yourself up, chest moving towards the top of your mat. Taking just a few breaths, staying active in the butt, and then coming down when you're ready. Giving the knees a squeeze towards the chest. Taking a few breaths, and then dropping the legs in one direction, finding a supine twist. And just taking a few rounds of breath here. Using the hand maybe to give a little pressure onto the legs. And even letting the eyes close. You can come through center when you're ready. And then just switch your sides. Nothing fancy. Staying relaxed. Extending one arm long. And just finding whatever twist feels really nourishing for your body. Beginning to settle down a bit. And as you're ready, coming through center, and giving the legs one last squeeze in. Taking any last movements you may enjoy before coming into your Shavasana. Setting yourself up however feels best. Reminding yourself that Shavasana can look however you'd like, however you feel most supported and most ready for stillness. Bringing the eyes to close if they're not. Getting all those last wiggles and twitches out. And reminding yourself that all the movement, all the asana prepares us for this. The ability to be still and sit with ourselves just for a few minutes. Just taking that time and maybe finding an anchor, something to focus on. Maybe the breath, maybe the space in between each breath. We'll spend a few minutes here being quiet and still. And as you're ready, beginning to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, finding those small movements. Taking big, deep inhales and full, complete exhales. Just allowing yourself the space, the time to move slow, be gentle. Bending the knees, rolling the wrists, maybe shifting or wiggling side to side. Maybe you reach the arms overhead or just start to find those really juicy cat in the sun kind of stretches. And as you're ready, when you're ready, you can stay here for as long as you'd like, as long as you have time for, really. But when you're ready, you can make your way onto one side or maybe find a little twist, just allowing yourself the time to shift. Shift your energy, shift your blood flow. And taking a few breaths on your side, maybe using the hands as a pillow or an actual pillow as a pillow. And then you'll slowly make your way up to a seat, keeping the eyes closed or allowing them to stay closed as you go. And taking a moment just to be still and sit in the efforts of your practice. And on an inhale, you can sweep your arms overhead, press the palms together. And as you exhale, slide the hands down to heart center, feeling your heartbeat, feeling connected. And take a moment, thank yourself for carving out some time for your body, for your practice, for your well-being. A moment to thank your body for doing all it does, for carrying you through the world. I encourage you to find as many moments as you can to be in awe of yourself. Gentle drop of the chin to the chest, thumbs come to the third eye. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and for sharing your practice. It's a privilege as always. I'll see you next time.